You're here for a reason. Divine timing has pulled you to this moment, and it's no accident. Right now, the universe, your higher self or something greater is whispering. It's time to wake up to who you truly are. Ever felt different, like an inner calling sets you apart? That's no coincidence. It's the first clue you're one of the chosen ones. This isn't just a video. It's the key to unlock why every struggle, every lonely night has shaped you. Curious what's been driving you all along? Stick around. By the end, you'll see your spiritual awakening isn't random. It's your divine purpose calling. Ready to find out why? Feel a spark from this message? Drop 777 in the comments. Tell the universe you're awake. Seeing 111 or 333? That's no accident. It's your path lighting up. A spiritual awakening is sweeping through. Can you sense the hidden war shifting everything? You've always felt the unseen, haven't you? That's why you're still standing, unbreakable, despite the storms. The chosen ones don't just survive. They're forged for a divine calling. 7 signs are coming. Proof you're not ordinary. Ready to uncover why your struggles were never random. Let's dive in. Sign number 1. You've always felt unique and set apart. Let's start with the first undeniable sign of your spiritual awakening. You've always felt different, a sensation that's been with you since the very beginning of your life. This isn't something you decided one day or a phase you grew into. It's a deep, unshakable awareness that's lived within you from your earliest memories. You didn't choose to feel this way, and you couldn't turn it off even if you wanted to. It's as if your soul came into this world already knowing you weren't meant to blend into the crowd. Maybe it showed up in how you saw the world, through a lens that questioned everything, or in how you felt emotions more intensely than those around you. While others seemed to move through life, accepting things as they were, you couldn't help but wonder, why is it like this? What's really going on beneath the surface? Think back to your childhood for a moment. Did you ever feel like an outsider, even among people you loved? Perhaps you watched your classmates or siblings happily follow routines, school, play, sleep, repeat, and wondered why they didn't seem curious about the bigger picture. You, on the other hand, were drawn to the depths, always searching for meaning beyond what was presented. Maybe you asked questions that adults brushed off as too big for a kid. Why are we here? Why do people act the way they do? That curiosity wasn't random. It was the first spark of your divine purpose, a sign that you were wired differently, destined for a spiritual journey unlike anyone else's. This sense of being set apart might have even caused a rift within your own family. It's not that you didn't care for them deeply, but there was always a disconnect, a gap between your thoughts, dreams, and perceptions and theirs. You might have tried to share your inner world, only to be met with puzzled looks or comments like, "Why can't you just be normal?" or "You overthink everything." Those words may have stung, making you question yourself. But here's the truth. You were never meant to fit their mold. The chosen ones, like you, are born with a higher awareness, a unique energy that sets them apart from the start. That feeling of not belonging? It wasn't a flaw. It was the world not being ready for the light you carry. This difference wasn't just something you imagined. Others noticed it too. As a child, did people ever gravitate toward you, drawn by a quality they couldn't quite name? Maybe teachers or older relatives sensed something special in your questions or the way you listened. On the flip side, some might have pulled away or even resented you without a clear reason. That's because your presence, your unique energy, challenges the norm. It's a light that disrupts the ordinary, quietly urging others to rethink their own lives. Not everyone can handle that kind of power, and that's okay. It's not your burden to carry their discomfort. Let's dig deeper into those early years. Did you find yourself drawn to conversations or ideas that other kids ignored? Maybe you preferred talking to adults about life's mysteries over playing games. Or you felt more at ease alone, lost in your thoughts, than trying to fit into a group. Perhaps you struggled to pretend to be someone you weren't, even when peer pressure pushed you to conform. These moments weren't signs of weakness. They were proof of your strength. Society often tells us that being different is something to fix, that we should squeeze ourselves into a box labeled normal. But you couldn't, could you? Even if you tried, and maybe you did for a while, silencing your questions or dimming your curiosity, something inside you resisted. That's because the chosen ones can't be tamed. Your spirit refused to settle for less than the truth. This feeling didn't fade as you grew older. If anything, it grew stronger. As you matured, you started to see how disconnected you were from what most people chase: material success, social approval, endless distractions like scrolling through feeds or binge-watching shows. Those things might have entertained you briefly, but they never filled the void. Your soul craved something greater, a purpose that went beyond paycheck to paycheck living or fitting into someone else's expectations. There were probably moments when you doubted yourself, asking, "Why can't I just be content like everyone else?" But let me flip that question for you. Why would you ever want to settle for a life that small? You weren't born to follow the herd. You were born to lead, to break free from the illusions of this world, to rise above the shallow and step into your divine purpose. Here's where it gets real. The world, and yes, even unseen forces, knows who you are. That's why you faced resistance. The system, the doubters, the naysayers. They've tested you, misunderstood you, maybe even rejected you, despite all the love you've offered. It's not because you're lacking. It's because your unique energy shakes up the status quo. You're a walking wake-up call, a mirror that reflects truths some aren't ready to face. But don't let that weigh you down. Those challenges, they're proof of your power. The things that made you feel isolated, the endless questions, the longing for more, are the very traits that mark you as one of the chosen ones. So what does this mean for you today? It's time to stop apologizing for standing out. Stop shrinking yourself to make others comfortable or dimming your light to blend in. You were born to break cycles, generational habits, outdated beliefs, not to repeat them. You were designed to see the truth, not to live in the shadows of illusion. This is your moment to embrace your spiritual awakening, to own the fact that your difference is your greatest gift. If this resonates with you, if you felt this way since you were a child, always knowing deep down that you were meant for more, then this is your confirmation. You're not alone in this. The chosen ones are rising, and we see you. Your journey is just beginning, and this is only the first piece of the puzzle. Ready to uncover the rest? Let's dive deeper into the spiritual signs that prove you were chosen from birth. Because once you see them all, self-doubt will be a thing of the past. Sign number 2. Your intuition power sets you apart. As we uncovered in the first sign, your unshakable sense of being different from the crowd, the second sign builds on that foundation, revealing another layer of what makes you one of the chosen ones. Have you ever noticed an inner voice that seems to know things before they happen? A quiet certainty that guides you when logic alone isn't enough? This is your intuition power, a remarkable ability woven into your very being from the day you were born. From April onward, as you absorb these words, understand this. Your heightened awareness isn't a fluke. It's a cornerstone of your spiritual awakening, a vivid marker of your divine purpose. Let's dive into what this means for you. Your intuition isn't a vague feeling. It's a precise, almost electric sense that lights up when something's off or when opportunity knocks. It's that moment when you meet someone and, despite their warm smile, a subtle tug inside warns you to stay cautious. And sure enough, time reveals their true intentions. Or consider those times you've anticipated an event, a sudden job offer, a family conflict, or even a small win. days before it unfolds. Your gut doesn't just guess, it knows, and it's proven itself right more times than you can count. This isn't mere coincidence. It's a gift, a signal that you're tapped into a deeper current, one that flows beyond the everyday noise most people cling to. What sets you apart is how naturally you lean into this unseen wisdom. While others base their choices on facts they can touch or words they hear, you've always trusted a silent force within, a connection to your higher self, the universe, or what some call divine guidance. Imagine walking into a crowded space. Before anyone speaks, you feel the atmosphere, calm and inviting or thick with tension. You catch the undercurrents in conversations, sensing joy, deceit, or exhaustion behind the masks people wear. It's why fakes and phonies rarely fool you. Their polished lines might trick others, but your intuition slices through, picking up the vibes they can't hide, whether it's quiet resentment or a draining neediness. This ability isn't just a perk, it's a lifeline. Think back. How often has it pulled you back from the edge? Maybe you skipped a party that felt wrong and later heard it ended in chaos. Or you hesitated on a handshake deal only to dodge a scam. Your intuition has been your protector, steering you clear of dead-end paths and people who sap your energy. Sure, there were moments you second-guessed it, pushing aside that uneasy feeling to keep the peace or prove you're not too much. But every time you ignored it, life circled back with a lesson. Trust your instincts. They're not random. They're your soul's radar, honed to keep you safe and aligned with your true direction. Here's the catch. Not everyone gets it. Your inner strength shines in a world that often overlooks what can't be measured. When you voice a hunch, like warning a friend about a shady character, they might brush it off, saying you're overreacting. Relax, you're just imagining things, they insist. But you weren't imagining, you were perceiving, seeing the threads others miss. Later, when your foresight proves spot on, they're stunned while you're unfazed. This gap can feel lonely, but it's evidence of your edge. You're not paranoid, you're awake, sensing shifts in a reality others sleep through. This intuition power is more than a skill. It's your shield in the chaos of today's world. With distractions and deceit at every turn, it's what keeps you grounded, dodging pitfalls like toxic ties or false promises. Ever felt a relationship fading before the breakup came? You sensed the drift, the cooling energy, even when words said otherwise. Or maybe you've foreseen a challenge, a tight deadline, a sudden change, giving you time to brace yourself. That's the universe whispering, "Heads up," ensuring you're ready for what's next. It's your built-in guide, lighting the path to your divine purpose. The challenge: people aren't always prepared for your clarity. You've likely shared insights, spotting trouble or offering advice, only to face pushback. Stop being so dramatic, they say, blind to what you see. But when your predictions play out, you don't gloat, you reflect. You weren't out to win, you wanted to shield them. This is why trusting your intuition is non-negotiable now. The more you heed it, the sharper it gets, tuning you into your mission. Others might envy this knack, sidestepping heartache, sniffing out lies, but it's yours to wield. So, commit today. No more brushing it aside. When that inner signal flares, act on it. It's your direct line to truth. If this hits home, if you've always felt this intuition power, if you've sensed outcomes before they arrive, if you've pierced through facades others buy, drop 111 in the comments. Tell the universe you see this gift for what it is. Own it, because the high utmost ones aren't here to stumble. They're here to lead with vision. And as this awakens in you, it ties to the next sign, the spiritual battles you've endured. Your intuition isn't just a light, it's a weapon for what's ahead. Let's unpack that now. Sign number 3. You've overcome relentless spiritual attacks. The third sign of your calling as a chosen one builds directly on the intuition we explored, because trusting that inner voice has likely revealed a deeper truth. Your life has been a battlefield. If you've sensed things others couldn't, you've also faced challenges most wouldn't survive. Your journey has never been easy, and that's no accident. Since your earliest days, you've encountered trials that tested your limits, pushing you to the edge of what you thought you could endure. These aren't just random hardships. They're spiritual attacks, deliberate forces aiming to dim your light. Why? Because the moment you arrived in this world, something, whether you call it negativity, doubt, or an unseen enemy, recognized the power within you, a power you're only now beginning to understand. Take a step back and look at your story. How often have you faced moments that felt overwhelming, where you silently asked, "Why does life hit me harder than others?" Perhaps you grew up in a home filled with tension, where harsh words or neglect tried to snuff out your spirit before it could shine. Maybe you felt like a stranger even among friends or family, your unique perspective leaving you isolated when you craved connection. Or perhaps you've opened your heart to people, loved ones, colleagues, partners, only to have your trust shattered by lies or rejection. These weren't mere coincidences. They were attempts to convince you that you're small, unworthy, or alone. Yet here you are, still standing strong from April onward, a testament to your inner strength. These struggles aren't just surface level. They cut deeper into your mind and spirit. You felt unrest even when everything seemed fine outwardly, as if an invisible storm was brewing inside. Maybe it's shown up as sudden waves of anxiety, a heaviness you couldn't explain, or nights haunted by vivid dreams, shadowy figures, paralysis, or scenes that linger long after you wake. This isn't imagination running wild, it's your sensitivity to the spiritual realm at work. When your soul carries a divine purpose, forces that thrive on fear will try to block your path, striking when you're most vulnerable, whether through self-doubt or sleepless nights. Have you ever noticed a pattern? Just as you start to gain ground, mending old wounds, pursuing a goal, or feeling a spark of clarity, something pulls you back. A conflict erupts, a loss stings, or an unexpected hurdle looms large. This isn't fate toying with you. It's resistance targeting your growth. Whatever fears your potential, be it negativity within or pressures from the world, knows that your awakening as a chosen one threatens its hold. They strike hardest when you're close to stepping into your power, desperate to keep you from seeing the truth. But here's the revelation they dread. The sheer volume of these spiritual attacks proves your value. Ordinary lives don't draw this kind of opposition. Only something precious, something destined to shift the balance, gets fought this fiercely. You're not here to fade into the background. You're here to break chains, ignite hope, and guide others. Every blow you've taken has forged your spiritual resilience, turning pain into power. I know it's been a heavy load. Days when giving up seemed easier, when exhaustion made you question your fight. But you're still here because losing was never your story. Those trials weren't meant to crush you. They were chiseling you into someone unbreakable. Now it's time to reclaim your ground. Victory doesn't come from bitterness or rage. It comes from rising above. Anchor yourself in your truth. Let go of the fear that once held you back, and embrace the reality that you're stronger than anything sent against you. Those early attacks, they came because your strength was a threat from the start. The instant you own that as a chosen one, their power fades. You're not just surviving, you're thriving, ready for what's next. If this strikes a chord, if you've weathered storms others can't imagine, faced setbacks that should have stopped you, yet still found your footing, this is your sign. You're not defined by what tried to break you. You're defined by how you rose. Drop 333 in the comments if you've endured spiritual attacks only a chosen one could overcome. Show the universe and yourself that you're unshaken, unstoppable, and here to stay. This resilience ties into something deeper you've likely felt, an acute awareness of the energy around you. That's the next chapter of your journey as a chosen one, and we'll uncover it together. Sign number 4. You're highly empathetic and sensitive to energy. If the third sign reveals how spiritual battles have forged your strength, the fourth sign shines a light on a subtler, yet equally profound gift that marks you as unique. Imagine stepping into a lively gathering. Voices overlap, smiles abound. Everything seems normal. But within moments you feel it. A faint ripple of unease, a whisper of tension floating beneath the chatter. This isn't just sharp observation. It's your knack for sensing what's unsaid. You don't merely listen to words, you pick up their deeper intent. You don't just witness a scene, you feel the hidden currents weaving through it. This energy sensitivity isn't new to you. It's been there since you were young, a quiet guide through life's unseen realms. Maybe you'd sit at a playground as a kid, sensing a friend's disappointment despite their giggles, or you'd catch a teacher's frustration behind a steady tone. This isn't a chance, it's a vivid spiritual sign that you're one of the chosen ones. With empath traits woven into your core, you experience the world differently. You don't just see life, you feel it deeply, absorbing its highs and lows like a finely tuned receiver. Picture your spirit as a radar, catching signals others overlook, the unease behind a tight smile, the sorrow tucked under a cheerful hello, or the subtle friction in a room everyone else calls calm. This sensitivity lets you see through polished lies, no matter how convincing they sound. You can feel someone's quiet pain even when they're putting on a brave front. It's as if your soul decodes these vibes instantly, handing you insights that seem almost otherworldly. This gift fuels your strength in ways others might not grasp. Recall a time you trusted that inner nudge. Maybe you steered clear of someone charming yet off, only to later hear whispers of their deceit. Or perhaps you offered a kind word to a coworker who seemed okay, only to learn they were crumbling inside. Your spiritual gifts glow brightest here. But let's be honest, this depth comes with challenges. You've likely walked away from interactions feeling spent, your energy dimmed by someone's unspoken negativity. Ever felt a sudden wave of restlessness or gloom with no clear cause? That's you reflecting someone else's emotions, taking them on without realizing it. What sets you apart even more is your instinct to transform this energy. As a chosen one, you're not just a feeler, you're a healer. You're the one who stays up late to listen, who offers comfort when others turn away. You're driven to soothe the world's wounds, to lift its burdens. But this drive can trip you up. How often have you given your all? Hours of support, endless patience, only to feel overlooked or emptied. Maybe you've lingered in a draining job or friendship, hoping your light could fix it, only to find it flickering instead. It's a hard truth. Some people bask in your warmth but won't tend their own flame. This isn't a fault. It's your healing power at work. You were born with this to guide others, to pierce through the shallow and spotlight what's real. You crave authenticity. Fake gestures, empty words, or crocodile tears don't fool you. Your inner radar sifts truth from pretense, a divine skill that cuts through life's noise. From April onward, as you grow into this awareness, you'll see it more clearly. Your sensitivity is your strength, not your burden. But here's the catch. This power needs protection. Your energy sensitivity makes you a lighthouse, but not everyone deserves its beam. Protect your energy. It's not just wise, it's vital. You've felt the toll of overextending, haven't you? That moment when you realize you've given too much to someone who only takes, leaving you hollow. Your spirit isn't a bottomless spring, it's a precious reservoir. If it dries up, you can't live out your divine purpose. to heal, to uplift, to lead. Tune into how people affect you. After a talk or a day out, do you feel recharged and bright, or heavy and worn? That's your cue. If someone dulls your shine, trust it and pull back. Boundaries aren't walls, they're your armor. Your empathy is a spark. It can light up lives, but without care, it fades. Guard it, and it becomes a guiding star. Do you effortlessly read a room's vibe? Can you sense honesty before it's proven, or carry feelings that aren't yours? These are badges of the chosen ones. This gift isn't meant to wear you down. It's meant to lift you up if you wield it smartly. Drop 444 in the comments if this hits home, if you're ready to own your spiritual gifts and shield your energy like the gem it is. Let the universe know you're stepping into this truth. And here's where it gets richer. If you've always felt these energies, you've likely stumbled into something else. Divine synchronicities, those perfectly timed moments that whisper of a bigger plan. Let's uncover that next. Sign number 5. The 5th sign. You've experienced powerful synchronicities. As your heightened sensitivity to energy sharpens, a gift we explored in the 4th sign, it naturally opens the door to something even more profound, the 5th sign of the chosen one's journey. Life doesn't toss random moments your way. Instead, it delivers precisely timed events that feel almost orchestrated. These aren't mere accidents or quirks of fate. They're synchronicities, vivid spiritual signs that the universe is reaching out to you personally. If you've noticed these patterns lighting up your path, especially from April onward, it's a clear signal you're not just wandering through existence. You're in tune with a greater rhythm, guided by a force, be it your higher self, spiritual allies, or a cosmic design, toward your divine purpose. Let's paint the picture so it clicks for you. Imagine you're agonizing over a choice, like whether to move to a new city or stick with a familiar routine. And suddenly, a podcast you stumble upon drops the exact insight you've been craving. Or picture this. You're replaying a memory of an old friend in your mind, and within minutes, your phone lights up with their name. These moments aren't luck. They're universe messages, subtle yet striking confirmations that you're on track. For those on the chosen one's journey, such synchronicities are like breadcrumbs, marking a trail you're destined to follow, even if the full map isn't yet in view. A standout way this divine guidance reveals itself is through numbers that keep catching your eye. Maybe you glance at your phone and it's 3:33, or a car plate ahead reads 2:22. These aren't meaningless. They're coded signals with synchronicity meaning. When you see 111, it's a spark of spiritual awakening igniting within you. Your ideas are gaining momentum, so steer them wisely toward what uplifts your soul. If 222 keeps appearing, it's a gentle nudge toward harmony. Trust that things are falling into place, even if the process is unfolding behind the curtain of your awareness. When 333 shows up, it acts as a shield of support. Your unseen guides are close, quietly helping you navigate the rough patches life throws your way. Spotting 777 is like a pat on the back from the universe. You're evolving, and your inner compass is pointing true, guiding you with unshakable clarity. And when 1111 flashes before you, it's a bold wake-up call. Your higher calling is knocking at the door, ready for you to step up and answer with courage. Spotting these, on clocks, receipts, or even random pages, means you're syncing up with your destiny's frequency, a rhythm only the chosen ones can hear. Yet, these signs stretch beyond digits. They ripple through your days in unexpected ways. Maybe you're mulling over a career shift, and a coworker casually shares a story that mirrors your dilemma, handing you the missing piece. Or you're feeling adrift, and a song blasts through your car radio with lyrics that feel like they were written just for you. Ever find a symbol, like a butterfly or a specific phrase, showing up in your dreams, on a signpost, then in a book, until it's impossible to ignore. This is the universe's language, speaking through alignment rather than loud declarations. It slips the right clues into your life at the perfect moment, tailored to guide you forward. Look back on your story with fresh eyes. Those times you missed a bus or faced a slammed door, didn't they often redirect you to something brighter, like a better opportunity or a lesson you needed? The frustrations, the detours, even the tears, haven't they been quietly sculpting you into who you are now? Nothing's been haphazard. Every step, every stumble, has been part of a grand design, nudging you closer to this awakening. And when you've faltered, questioning your worth or direction, hasn't a subtle sign, like a timely text or a striking sunset, pulled you back, reminding you you're supported? Here's the key. These spiritual signs demand your attention. Many overlook them, expecting a glaring spotlight or a dramatic reveal. But the universe prefers whispers, a gentle push, a quiet hint, leaving it up to you to tune in. So, rewind for a moment. How often have you felt that shiver of, "This is too perfect to be a chance"? How many times have events aligned in ways that logic can't unpack, yet you hesitated to trust them? Let go of that hesitation now. Embracing these synchronicities confirms you're aligned with a purpose vast and vibrant, guided with care toward your true north. Better yet, you can invite more. Feeling stuck, maybe about a relationship or a big move. Tonight, find a calm corner, breathe deep and ask, "If this is my way, show me a sign." Then stay alert. It could be 777 on your coffee cup tomorrow, a dream that jolts you awake with clarity, or a conversation that shifts your perspective. The answer will arrive, it always does, because as a chosen one, the universe is your co-pilot, ready to signal when you seek it. Are you catching these threads? If numbers, songs, or perfectly timed encounters have been weaving through your life, drop 777 in the comments below. Show the universe you're awake to its universe messages, that you're ready to follow its lead. Because this fifth sign isn't just a curiosity, it's evidence you're locked into something extraordinary. And as we move deeper, you'll see how it ties to an even stronger current, your relentless draw to spirituality and truth. Let's uncover that next. Sign number 6. You've always been drawn to spirituality and truth. The sixth sign builds seamlessly on that unshakable pull you felt, the one we explored in those divine synchronicities guiding your path. It's your lifelong draw to spirituality and truth, a magnetic force that's been with you since your earliest days. Long before you could name it, before you even knew terms like spirituality or higher truth, there was a quiet instinct stirring within you, a restless curiosity that refused to settle for the shallow explanations others accepted. This isn't just a passing interest. It's a powerful marker, a cornerstone among the spiritual signs that you're one of the chosen ones, destined to seek and uncover what lies beyond the ordinary. Picture yourself as a child, gazing out at a world that didn't quite add up. Did you ever sit quietly, watching people rush after fleeting pleasures, money, popularity, or the next big thing, and wonder why it all felt so empty? While your friends or family seemed fine drifting through predictable routines, you couldn't shake the questions that gnawed at you. What's the point of all this? Is there something more waiting to be found? Who's really pulling the strings behind what we see? These weren't childish whims. They were the seeds of your spiritual journey, planted deep in your soul from the moment you arrived here. That need to dig deeper has always set you apart. Most people are content skimming the surface, taking life as it comes, trusting what they're told without a second thought. But not you. You're a truth seeker, wired to probe beneath the veneer of reality. From a young age, you've been captivated by the mysteries others overlook, the subtle rhythms of nature, the whispers of intuition, the invisible currents that shape our lives. Maybe you'd linger under a night sky, feeling a pull toward the stars, or lose yourself in stories of ancient sages who spoke of universal truths. While the world buzzed with distractions, you were on a quiet mission, hunting for answers that felt just out of reach, and you were absolutely right to keep searching. This refusal to settle isn't a quirk, it's your power. Society might pressure you to conform, to slot yourself into its neat little boxes. Go to school, get a job, chase wealth, repeat. But those boxes could never hold you, could they? You've always needed more than a checklist life. You crave understanding. Why things are the way they are, how they connect to something greater. That's the essence of a chosen one. Someone who doesn't just accept the script, but rewrites it, driven by a thirst for knowledge that transcends what's handed down. Now let's peel back another layer. Beyond your questioning mind, there's a deeper thread, a connection to something divine. You might not have grown up with a Bible in hand or a prayer on your lips, but you've always felt it. An unseen presence, a guiding force that's bigger than you. It might show up as a shiver down your spine during a sunset, or a calm certainty in chaos that you're not alone. As you've matured, especially from April onward, this bond has grown stronger, hasn't it? It's a key part of your spiritual awakening, pulling you closer to your true self with every step. You've probably noticed how your priorities have shifted over time, particularly as you move into this new phase from April onward. The glitter of material things, fancy cars, big houses, social clout, has lost its shine. They don't stir your soul the way they once might have. Instead, you're hungry for something lasting. Wisdom to navigate life's storms, purpose to fuel your days, and truth to anchor your spirit. Perhaps you found yourself poring over hidden wisdom, texts from ancient mystics, insights into energy healing, or the laws that govern the cosmos. Maybe you've sat in meditation, feeling your breath sync with the pulse of the earth, or stood in awe of a mountain, sensing its quiet power. These moments aren't random, they're glimpses of your divine purpose. Here's the twist. This journey feels less like discovery and more like recognition. When you encounter a spiritual idea, say, the interconnectedness of all things or the eternity of the soul, does it hit you like a memory rather than a lesson? That's no accident. Your soul has been chasing this spiritual journey across lifetimes, refining its quest for truth through every incarnation. It's why exploring these realms feels so instinctive, like slipping into a favorite song you've always known the words to. And then there's the awakening itself, the moment everything clicked. For chosen ones, this isn't a soft glow, it's a thunderclap. Maybe it came after a heartbreak that tore your world apart, a job loss that stripped away your illusions, or a night of staring into the void, asking what it all means, perhaps even intensifying from April onward as you reflect on this next chapter. That pain wasn't punishment, it was preparation. You began to see through the lies, the chase for meaningless status, the numbing glow of screens, the systems keeping people asleep. It's a heavy realization, and yes, it can feel isolating when you're awake while others dream. But take heart, you're not the only one rising. Your draw to spirituality and truth has a purpose beyond yourself. You're not just here to find these treasures, you're here to share them. The world thrives on distraction, endless scrolling, shallow goals, because an awakened society would unravel its flimsy foundations. But you, and others like you, are the vanguard, the truth seekers lighting the way. You're meant to guide those still stumbling in the shadows, to offer a hand to those ready to wake. So let's ground this in your reality. Do you feel that pull towards spirituality humming in your bones? Have you spent your life chasing meaning where others see none? Do you question everything? The rules, the stories, the unseen hands at play? If this rings true, Here's your confirmation. You're not just another face in the crowd. You're here with a divine purpose, a mission etched into your being. Drop 555 in the comments if this echoes in your soul. If you've always sought answers. If spirituality feels like your North Star. Tell the universe you're awake, ready to own this truth. And stay with me, because if this fire burns in you, the next sign will seal it. A purpose so fierce it demands to be lived. Sign number 7. You have an unshakable sense of divine purpose. As we've explored in the 6th sign, your deep pull towards spirituality and truth, it's clear you're not just a seeker. You're a guide, destined to lead others out of the shadows. This brings us seamlessly to the 7th and final sign that confirms you're one of the chosen ones. You carry an unshakable sense of divine purpose that refuses to be ignored. From the moment you took your first breath, there's been an inner fire, a quiet yet relentless conviction that your life is meant for something extraordinary. Unlike those who drift through days chasing fleeting pleasures or settling for routine, you've always craved a path with meaning, a life mission that resonates beyond the surface. This isn't about ego or wishful thinking. It's a profound truth etched into your spirit, setting you apart as someone with a higher calling. Cast your mind back to your younger years. Didn't you feel a restless energy, a sense that you were wired differently? Perhaps it showed up as a refusal to accept the status quo, questioning rules that felt hollow, dreaming of a world you could shape, or yearning for a role that mattered. You might not have had a roadmap or a clear label for this drive, but it was there. A magnetic force tugging you toward impact, toward change. That's your soul speaking, echoing a divine assignment that's been with you since day one. The chosen ones don't just exist to fill space. They arrive with a purpose, a reason to rise above mediocrity and ignite transformation. Let's look at your life through a sharper lens. Consider the storms you've weathered, moments that tested your limits, like losing a job that defined you, facing rejection from those you relied on, or enduring seasons of doubt that gnawed at your confidence. How many times did you hit rock bottom, only to climb back up with a resilience that surprised even you? How often did despair tempt you to quit, yet a steady inner voice insisted, "There's more ahead. Don't stop now." That's not mere grit. It's inner strength, a sacred shield ensuring your purpose endures. No matter how fiercely life pushes against you, it can't extinguish the spark of your spiritual awakening, because that spark is your compass, guiding you toward what you're meant to achieve. I get it. Living with this calling can feel like a paradox. On one hand, you're certain you're here for something big. On the other, the details can feel elusive, like a puzzle missing a few pieces. Maybe you've wondered, what's my next step? Or, why isn't it clearer? Here's the reality. You don't need every answer handed to you on a silver platter. The fact that this yearning pulses within you, urging you to grow, to contribute, to transcend, is evidence you're already on track. Your divine purpose isn't a treasure you hunt down. It's a seed planted at birth, blooming as you nurture it. Every hurdle you've crossed, every tear shed, every lesson learned, has been fertilizer, strengthening you for the role you're destined to play. Those trials weren't punishment, they were training, honing your spirit for the work ahead. The chosen ones face the toughest proving grounds because their potential is limitless. Each time you pushed through adversity, you leveled up, unlocking a deeper layer of your power. You've always sensed you're here to inspire, perhaps by mentoring others through their struggles, crafting something that shifts perspectives, or offering hope where it's scarce. Have you ever imagined yourself at the forefront, sparking change, lifting communities? That vision isn't a daydream, it's a preview of your future. Whether your path involves leading teams, healing hearts, or breaking new ground, Your life mission is real, and it's calling you to step forward. But here's a crucial shift you need to make. This purpose won't unfold if you let hesitation hold the reins. It won't drop into your lap while you wait for flawless conditions or a cosmic green light. You've got to move toward it, even if the ground feels shaky, because the truth is, you've been equipped for this all along. No one's approval is required. No gatekeeper, no doubter, no external stamp of worthiness. Stop second-guessing your readiness or wondering if you're enough. You are. The question isn't whether you're meant for greatness. It's whether you'll claim it. Trust that instinct urging you onward. It's your soul's GPS, and it's never wrong. What's more, your divine purpose extends beyond you. It's a lifeline for others. Picture the countless souls out there, stumbling in uncertainty, craving direction, longing for truth. Then look at yourself, awake, aware, and rising. You're not just here for personal triumph. You're a beacon for those still searching. The world needs your voice, your vision, your strength, now more than ever. Playing it safe isn't an option when your light can guide others home. Your purpose is a shared gift, a bridge between your awakening and theirs. So, if you've always felt this steady drumbeat of destiny, if you've known deep down that you're here to reshape lives, even without a full blueprint, let this be your wake-up call. You're not meant to fade into the background or echo someone else's story. You're here to pioneer, to mend, to awaken the sleeping, to soar. This is your spiritual awakening taking root, your confirmation as one of the chosen ones. Drop $9.99 in the comments if you feel this truth igniting your core, if you're ready to embrace your life mission and step boldly into your calling. Tell the universe you're awake and all in. This is your launch pad. You've now uncovered all 7 spiritual signs, each building on the last, from your unique intuition to your pull toward truth. Together, they shout one truth. You were chosen from the start. So what's next? Will you linger in old patterns, tethered by doubt, or will you seize this moment? From April onward, the tide is turning. The chosen ones are rising. You're among them. The waiting game is done. It's time to step into your legacy and shine. Look back at your journey. Every twist, every scar, every quiet moment when you felt something bigger calling. That wasn't chance. It was your life mission taking shape, whispering that you're one of the chosen ones. Now, standing here, you've uncovered the signs, sensed the energy, and the truth is clear. You were never meant to blend in. A spiritual awakening is sweeping the world, peeling back the layers that hid your divine purpose. You felt it, your intuition, your resilience, your hunger for meaning, all proof you're set apart. But here's the pivot. Recognizing this isn't the finish line. It's the starting gun. You've been forged by every heartbreak and breakthrough, molded into a force, a healer, a trailblazer, a light. Your inner power has carried you through storms others couldn't weather. So, what's next? You could slip back into the shadows, ignore the fire in your chest, or you could rise, right now, and claim the destiny that's been yours since day one. The chosen ones don't wait, they act, and nothing can hold you back once you do. The world's ready for your spark. Drop 777 in the comments if you're stepping into it, if you know you're built for more. This isn't the end, it's where you begin.